Oh, that's easy. I'm Michael Oberger. I'm the guy that was Christian's roommate for 9 months inside my mom. Food was great when he let me have some. So that means I've literally known Chris for my entire life, and then some. And he's known me for his entire life, minus 2 minutes. I thought I'd mention it first because he likes to show off about that. But there's a rumor going around that that's not how it was supposed to go down. And I was supposed to come out first. And then he decided to shove his way in front of me and make it for the light. Only stopping to turn around and give me the middle finger. Long story short, I was born sideways. And if any of you have been wondering about my behavior this weekend, that's why it's been downhill since then. So my first memory, or one of my earliest memories, my favorite memories of Christian is, I think we were around 7 years old, and we're on a beach. I think it was in Florida. It's me, Katie, and Christian. I was in the blue Speedos, and Christian was in the red Speedos. His mom thought it was necessary to color code us to tell us apart. Which I thought was a little redundant because all she had to do was look at her waist size. Maybe they didn't invent measuring tape yet. So Kate was writing her name in the sand, and there I was, my blue Speedos, absolutely shredded. Six-pack, I even looked good in a Speedo back then. Writing my name in perfect cursive writing. And Christian was still illiterate at this point. He couldn't spell his name because it was 9 letters too long. And he saunters on over in his red Speedo and steps all over my name. And the wrath hasn't stopped since. There was an incident that involved Christian, my face in the curb. So for the first 7 years of my life at school, I was known as the guy with the yellow tooth. He also gave me my very first scar. Don't know the story behind that one, but I think it involved the World Championship belt and a tetanus shot. So we played sports together growing up, hockey, baseball, soccer, some of my fondest memories growing up with Chris. But I eventually fell out of it because I didn't like sports where I didn't know who was going to win before going into the match. So going into high school, Christian continued with hockey and football, and I took up Pokemon. So it's quite clear that stereotypically Christian was the jock and I was the nerd. But he protected me. He always had my back. He supported my quest to catch them all. Never got beat. I don't know why you guys are laughing. He never won a football game, but I got all 151. Can you believe that? So you're probably wondering why I needed Christian's protection, because, I mean, just look at me, come on. But at this point, I couldn't deadlift 810 pounds yet. So Christian always had my back, and as a result, I was very, 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 very popular in high school, and I was I got a really, really cool nickname that I think just became so much a part of the vernacular of the student body that people actually forgot what my real name was. And that nickname was Christian's brother. To this day, when I run into someone from high school, they'll say, "Hey, you're Christian's brother. Say hi to Chris for me." And I say, "Why don't you want to say hi to me?" So, Christian played a huge part in my life when he played football. And everyone would come up to me and ask me, "Michael, why don't you play some football like your brother?" I'd look at Chris while he's playing, and 90% of the time, he had his hands in another man's crutch. And I'm like, I can top that. Put me in tights, put makeup on my face, lather me up in baby oil. Let's call it a night. But Christian cinched it when one day he came into my room and said, "Mike, let me try something." Like, "What are you going to try?" "Trust me," he said. So he picks me up on top of his shoulders and throws me on my bed. And my ass went flying through some drywall. And as I'm looking at my brother upside down, as my ass is stuck in the architecture of our house, I started saying some things that rhymed with "oh shit." And he bolts to the bathroom. And as I dislodge myself and try to get in, it was locked. And he said, "You're on your own, buddy." And then I hear Dad coming upstairs. I'm like, I gotta think fast. So I did what any man would do. Fell on the ground and started crying. So Dad comes upstairs and he's red as a cherry tomato. And he's, "What's going on?" And I completely blamed it on Christian. And as I'm rolling around on the ground, writhing in fake pain, I said to myself, "You know what? I think I can do this for a living." So now, Christian, yada, 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 he married Kimmy. And they're going to have a baby. Just like Jesse, when he had a baby with my sister and birthed Caleb, one of the greatest gifts in my life. Hey, buddy. And I can't wait till you two do the same. It's not because I want another nephew or niece or what have you. I just can't wait till you're like 7 months pregnant and I take you out to dinner and we walk in and the theater greeter looks at you with horror. He says, "Whoa, you must be eating for two. And you must be pregnant." Now, Katie's married, Christian's married, I'm like the black sheep of the family. So Christian was born first, got married first, just constantly like, "Come on, man, throw me a bone." And I used to be able to say, well, at least I make more money than him, I have a better job, but he's making more money than me now. He's driving a better car than me now. I'm like, there's only one thing that I have left over you, Chris. And that's not going to change. Foreseeing an unfortunate accident to me or some state-of-the-art surgery to you. And I'm not going to say what it is. Because everybody knows what I'm talking about, because apparently like a newsletter or memo went out this weekend and everyone's been asking me about it. But it's true, and I have unrefuted, is that a word, unrefutable? Pure proof. And it's not a picture, and I'm not going to get Mom out here to vouch for me. That would just be weird. But I have proof. For 4 years, I drove a Hyundai Accent. A shit box. This thing was so bad it ran on AA batteries. So bad I remember watching television with Caleb and a commercial came out for Tonka Power Wheels. He looked at me and said his first words, and they were, "Time for an upgrade, Uncle." But Christian, the second he could afford it, bought a monstrous gas-guzzling SUV. And that's probably because he just couldn't afford a stretch limo. So that's it for, oh wait, no, by popular demand, Christian's fat because he ate the triplet.